All right, so every sport has to have a so-called big brother watching over them, and we're joined by the president of the Gauteng Sport Council. You're not just a watchdog, you're a governing body that helps facilitate sport. Tell us about your role.
Well, the Gauteng Sports Council is the umbrella body for sport in Gauteng. That means that all the sport federations, all 74 of them, different types, skate, tennis, netball, squash, all affiliate to the Gauteng Sports Council, and we provide a variety of services to help them grow.
Now, you're fairly new. Tell us what happened there.
Well, 2.5 years ago, the provincial government and the MEC of sport decided to restructure sport in the province. We followed a process of restructuring. All the federations then went through a process of elections. We formed the 5 regions in Gauteng: Tshwane, Ekurhuleni, West Rand, Sedibeng and Johannesburg. And after that, we formed the Gauteng Sports Council, and that's where we were elected. I'm currently the president of the Gauteng Sports Council.
Now, let's just look at archery, which is the event we're covering. Yeah. Tell us about the state and level of archery in the country, and what do events like this actually do to provide access to information for people in the country?
Well, currently the 64th SA Nationals are taking place at Marks Park, and archery is one of the exciting sports. I mean, anyone who's seen Legolas on the series of, what's it called, The Lord of the Rings, wanted to shoot an arrow at something or other. And archery provides a platform that develops individuals. It's more of an individual sport, although it does have a team component to it. It teaches discipline, it teaches control, it teaches the ability to concentrate for a specific period of time, but it also develops kids' physical ability as well. One would think that you needn't be fit for archery, but one certainly has to be fit. If one looks at how the Koreans have performed and how slim and trim they look. So archery provides that platform to grow sport as a social aspect, because parents and kids are involved, families are involved, but it also provides a competition platform to reach international standard as well.
What's your role as the Gauteng Sport Council with events like this? How do you get involved?
One, we support the events. Federations come to us and ask us whether they could host the event in the province. We then look at the bidding and hosting process, and we sign off that the program takes place. We then use several role players, the City of Johannesburg, SASCOC, provincial government, to get on board and support these events as well. But more so, we create an awareness of these events too, because through media like yourself, we then try and broadcast and extend the awareness of what's going on in this particular province and in the city of Johannesburg. But in terms of the general roles that we play as a sports council, we support them in many other ways as well. As I mentioned to you earlier off camera, we have a sports house that we provide free of charge to them. They use it for free, the boardroom, the conference center. We provide education and training programs, their schools programs, the club development programs, and then of course the high performance program, the academy program. That we provide basically free of charge to all our members. And their membership is free of charge because we get funded primarily from government to do what we do.
What do you think about the future of sport, particularly archery?
I think that the sky's the limit. I don't know if you saw the Olympics in 2012. Archery was a major component that was broadcasted on TV, and I was transfixed. I watched archery whenever it was on. And if archery structures themselves properly, go into the various components of Johannesburg, inner city, the Soweto, the other disadvantaged areas, get schools involved, because that's where the reservoir of talent lies. Get them to follow a structured development pathway and program, then I think there's some good things for archery in Johannesburg.
Talking about school involvement here, what's your association with actually teaming up with both public and private schools to promote sport?
Yeah. Both private, public, as well as the ex-Model C schools play an intrinsic part in development of the learner. Our role is to set up all the school structures in Gauteng, and we do that through the Department of Education and Department of Sport. So we're currently structuring the Gauteng school sports structure, and within that school sports structure we have all the sports disciplines. the football, the tennis, the archeries, the squash and so on. Our job is to create the platform and the base for them to establish themselves and then to support them. We will fund them financially to make their sports grow as well in schools.
All right, thanks very much for your time. That was Barry Hendricks, the president of the Gauteng Sports Council.